Hello everyone and welcome to our second tutorial of this Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 edition. So as you know, I've had a previous channel and basically reopened a new channel. I had a question added last night from one of my subscribers who was asking how we get the cabin announcements in the Fenix A320 or A319 or the A321. It works on all three of the aircraft. So since Fenix released the Block 2 update, as you can see on the screen in front of me, they have a cabin announcements guide. So cabin announcements were added as part of the Block 2 update, which was a much needed feature, and it's a really lovely feature because there's a few ways around how you can get cabin announcements. There are a few different companies that make software for cabin announcements. Granted, some of them are more specific. There are some that are better than others. I'm trying to think of some examples, but I can't think of any off the top of my head at the moment. But there's some way you can input your flight information and that will integrate that into the PA announcements, which is really cool. But my logic is it adds an extra level of software, so it's another thing running in the background, which will impact slightly on your performance. I'm not saying it will impact it massively if you've got quite a beefy computer, but I personally prefer just having it all integrated into the Fenix aircraft. You let it do its own thing, it works alongside GSX, and you don't have to worry about anything. So basically, this guide, so if you're unsure still after this video, that you can go onto the Fenix Sim cabin announcements guide, just Google it, it'll come up as the first option. Basically, this tells you how to pop your cabin announcements in and how to put custom announcements in. But what we'll do is we'll think about how we're actually going to get these announcements first. So I use Discord. There's a chat on Discord, which I'll show you now actually. So open it in the browser. You will need an account into Discord. Let me just jump onto this so you can't see all my friends are. So as you can see, we've got the cabin announcements, and it's called, let me just remember what the server profile is called. So it's called Cabin Announcements for Fenix. So if you search into the search box in the top left side, stand by. So if you search in the cabin announcements for Fenix, this should pop up. You'll probably have to sort of join it. It might ask you a couple of questions to join it, but once you get on there, what I'll do is I'll put the links in the description as well, just so you can find the channel a little bit easier. So basically, this was put out as part of the Block 2 updates, and basically people have uploaded all their different cabin announcements. So there are a lot. So you need to basically come down to this left side here, and you'll see announcement packs. So with two boxes, announcement requests, which is where people are asking for certain announcements, and then announcements uploads, which is full of uploaded content. As you can see, there's many airlines. Typically, I use the EasyJet and the Jet 2, so we use this Jet 2 one here. However, the Jet 2 one is only for the A321 because that's the only aircraft that Jet 2 have is in an Airbus format. So they've recently bought the A321 and they got rid of their 757s. So we now have that pack. And as you can see, there are some other default announcements. There's loads of airlines. You can sit there. You've got Monarch, Vueling, China Airways. What other ones have we got? There's literally tons and tons and tons on there. Obviously, from the UK, we've got Wizz Airlines as well. From the UK, there's only a few select ones. So we've got British Airways, there's EasyJet, there's Jet 2, there's probably a couple of others. Monarch, that was a UK company, though I believe that they're actually coming back. I'm not too sure, if I'm honest. But I did hear a story that they might be coming back into operation again, but they went bust quite a few years ago. Anyway, so basically what you do is you say for example, we want this EasyJet one. So we click on it, and then it will look really crazy. And we need to find the folder. So generally, if you scroll through the comments, you'll find these two RAR files. So we've got part 1 and part 2. So what we'll do, we'll just click on it. It will say it's potentially dangerous to download. Obviously, that's at your own risk. It is third-party content, but generally most people are very legitimate on here. I've not personally had any issues. And basically, so I've downloaded that part 1, and this is the folder that it's produced. As you can see, there is literally loads of different announcements. I'll try and play a couple for you just to see And you can...
Welcome on board your EasyJet flights. To help us get on our way, please take your seats as quickly as you can.
So basically what will happen, Fenix will put this in at the relevant point, so you don't actually have to do anything. All you have to do is download the right content. So what we do, we go into the downloads. What you will need to do is you will need to extract it. I'm not going to extract it, but yeah, you need to extract it. So it's just in a folder format and it's not in a raw compressed file. The next thing we need to do, let me get rid of this, and we need to find our community folder. So for those of you that don't know how to find your community folder, we'll sort of discuss that as well. Most people tend to. I would advise, it's a very long path getting to it, so I would advise once you get to it, create a shortcut, and then you can find it a lot more easily in the future. So then let me just show you where I'm at. So you need to go pretty much into your name on the PC. So if you go onto the PC, you want to be on app data, local, I believe it is, and you want to go to packages. Once you get to packages, you'll see lots of options on here, and what you're looking for, if you bear with me a minute, I'll try and find it. It's a bit of a nightmare, if I'm honest, trying to find it. Let's try and find the bad boy. They're not very easy to find, I'll be honest. It took me quite a bit of finding to find it in the first place. Let me try. I think I've scrolled past it already. So it'll have this 8 weekly something after it, but the problem is it's not just one item that has it. It's quite a few items. Ah, there you go. So it's Microsoft.limitless _ 8 weekly, and then as you can see the rest of it there. So what we'll do, we'll just scroll in so you can see. I've lost it again now. It's limitless. There you go. So this one here is the file that you're after. I don't know if you guys can, if you can. Oh, that's made it worse actually. So yeah, so it's this file here. We go into it, and you want to go to, I believe it's roaming. No, it's not that one. Ah, there you go. Local cache, packages, and then community. And this is your community folder. So this has got all the add-ons that you basically install outside of Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Apologies, it took me a little bit of finding that. But yeah, what I'd do to add it to your desktop, right click on it, and you should be able to do, or either pin to start, pin to access. There is other option. If you go show more options, it goes into the old format, which personally I prefer. So you can go send to, and then you can do create desktop shortcut, which is what I've done. Apologies, I just had a bit of a coughing fit there. So we go into the community folder. You'll see we've got a lot of different Fenix options. So we're looking for Fenix A320. It's what we're after. There's no point looking at any of those. There's nothing really in them, but the main folder is the Fenix A320, and you'll see in the top we have the announcements folder. So basically what we do is we have the different, so this is the default ones that come with it as standard, and then my bad, and then basically the ones that you download. So say for example, let me find the one that I've just downloaded. Just trying to find maybe the previous one that I downloaded. Oh no, actually I haven't got it in a format like that. So let me just extract it. Sorry, I'm just doing this on a second screen. So we'll extract it. And there you go. That is the folder version of it. So what then we do, we then drag that into here. But the sim won't recognize it. So basically what you need to do is you need to know the airline's IACO code. So obviously Easy is EasyJet, EXS is Jet2. So you need that 3-digit code that the aircraft uses. I believe you can find that from the models, if I remember rightly. Let's have a look. I'm going to try and find out, see if you can find it from the models. Maybe you can't actually. Okay. So, announcements. Basically, what you need to do is you need to rename that, and would rename that EZY. What I did, because you see we got the part 1 and part 2, obviously it's not gonna let me do it because I've already got the same name. I combined both of them folders together, so you need to copy and paste both of the part 1 and part 2 folders. The reason for that is it will give you basically 2 lots of announcements. I don't think I actually did that on this one. I think it was the Jet 2 one, and what you'll see is a lot of these will have a number after them once they open, so they'll have a number. So this basically gives a randomness to it. So it will randomly pick between them two, so you're not hearing the exact same announcements every time. It mixes them up a little bit. For example, let's go with that.
Cabin crew now stores into automatic cross check on report, please.
And then the second one.
Cabin crew on doors, cross check and report, please.
So there we go. We get a few different options there. It just adds a little bit more immersion to it. Not all the files have that. Let me just remove this one. But yeah, basically you need to rename it, and rename it either, so for Jet 2 it'll be EXS or EZY, whatever the airline code is, which the sim recognizes. Then the most important thing, what we'll do, I'm hoping the Fenix video will show you, well, not the Fenix video, but the Fenix cabin announcements. Here we go. So the announcements options here. So once you've added that in, the most important thing to do once you're in the sim is you need to look down near the radio panel, and you're looking for this PA button, which you can see here. Obviously, if you're not sure, go back to the Knowledge Hub in the Fenix app, and you need to pull that knob up, and then if you turn it right, obviously it goes louder. If you turn it left, it goes lower. You've probably seen me do that. The thing is, I don't tend to show my cursor very much whilst I'm in sim, just for a little bit more realism, really, for you guys. But yeah, so you want to turn that on and off as and required. So when you start the sim, generally I just turn it straight on and leave it roughly where it is. As you can see further down, there is some other options that you can change for cabin announcements. You can change it so it mutes on task switch. I don't always, to be honest. Sometimes I'll leave it as it is. As you can see, it's got the air code for the airline. It's got all the information that you need to get it in, but it works so well. It really does work well. Obviously, there are other tags that you can use as well. So if you've got a morning, afternoon, evening, depending on obviously what. Sometimes it talks about the doing the cabin lights and things. But there you go. That is pretty much where we're at the moment. I hope you guys have found this informative and helpful for you. Like I say, I'll drop the links in the description below. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. It's a brand new channel. I'm hoping to build a little bit upon it. If I'm honest, I'm not after it for any sort of financial gain. I work full time as well, but I this is one of my biggest hobbies that I've had for years and years. And to be fair, it's only recently I've actually started to get into it a little bit more again. I did sort of tail off a little bit before 2020 came out, and then I really got into it with 2020, then got a little bit bored of it, and now the new sims come out. I'm quite into it, although there is a lot of bugs still with the sim. It is a really good sim. Like I say, if you want to know any more about graphic settings, have a look at my previous tutorial 1 video, which talks about the graphic settings within the sim, and I discuss sort of my system specs. Obviously the graphic settings will depend on your system specs. I haven't got a bad system. It could be a little bit better. I think I could have a slightly stronger graphics card, but hopefully you guys have found this video informative, and then you will have the same cabin announcements or very similar cabin announcements to what I have in the sim. But yeah, thanks for joining us today. I hope this has helped you a little bit, and we shall speak to you in the next video. I plan to do some more tutorials, probably more around the setup of the A320. For those of you that are new to the Fenix and new to the new sim, obviously that'll become more helpful to you. But there you go. So I'll get these announcements uploaded for you now. I will, like I say, I'll pop a link for both the Knowledge Hub or Knowledge Base or whatever it's called, and also the Discord links as well. Obviously you'll need a Discord account, which most people tend to. But yeah, thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you in the next video.